Hello, everyone. I'm Larry Ridley, and this is the NFL on EA Sports. We're across the pond in England this week, and two teams are hoping to show up for an international audience. Now let's go to Jim Nantz and Phil Simms for this Week 4 matchup.
Dolphins, Raiders. It's pouring here as we're getting ready for today's matchup. Now as we go to the field, it's LaMichael James back deep for the kickoff. The Dolphins ready here for the kickoff. James is going to test the coverage here. And they stop him from running it out to the 20. Mark him down at the 19. At quarterback, the young man, there's been a lot of buzz around him at 6'3" out of Fresno State, Derek Carr.
There is nothing not to like about Derek Carr. He has all the tangibles you'd like to see in an NFL quarterback. Strong, big, can run, has a good throwing arm. He's going to do well in the NFL.
Carr's back in shotgun formation. Underneath and incomplete that time. And now a look at the Raiders offense. This is an efficient group. Last week turning the football over just once. And here we have second down. Jones-Drew lined up in the backfield. They'll run it here. And gains about 1. And here's the Dolphins defense. A week ago, they got to the quarterback on 5 occasions. After that run, it's still 3rd and 9 to go. Offense lines up here. Play clock's running down. Greg Little with the grab. Brought down at the 29.
Good job by the defense. Staying in the right spots. They give up the short pass. They make the tackle. And now we have 4th down coming up.
Aggressive play here early as the offense stays on the field on 4th down. There's a lot of extra weight out there for this jumbo set. And that's a gain of maybe 5.
Like this, you always have to be ready on the defensive side. That time they were not.
The Raiders go with 2 tight ends on this play. First down at the 34. Makes the reception. Jones is tackled down after a gain of 7.
Well, the drag route that time picked up solid yards. These receivers, sometimes they get a little afraid. So a defender's going to come out of nowhere and hit them. That's the quarterback's job. See in front of the receiver, lead the guy to the open space.
And he's tackled, but not until he picked up the first down.
Jones is able to show everybody why he should get
to move the chains after that last run. The Dolphins with a nickel look here on defense. Another handoff right back to him. And that'll gain just a few yards. Maurice Jones-Drew lined up in the backfield. Throws to the right. Secures it with 2 hands.
When you throw this pass as a quarterback, you've got to stick it as they're running across the middle.
Nickel formation for the defense here. First down and 10. Greg Little with the grab.
Throw right on target by the quarterback, and a good route on that out route by the receiver.
Jones-Drews in the backfield. Single back set. Here's the handoff, and they'll run it. Jones there to take him down. And on this drive. Marching down the field and taking their time. Halfway through this first quarter now. Carr's taking off. Gives himself up.
Beautiful job that time by the QB. He goes back there in the pass play.
Day of the drive. This long drive continues. Now 1st and 10. And it's thrown incomplete. Play after play after play here on this drive. Here's the handoff to Maurice Jones-Drew. Left side. Finnegan's the one who brings him to the ground. 3rd down. Mounting a serious drive. Catch made. And he's going to be tackled, and that's going to bring us to 4th down.
Good job by the defense. They're well-taught, well-schooled by the defensive coordinator. They know in situations like this, if it's thrown short of the 1st down marker, they're good. They come up, make the tackle. Now we have 4th down.
And converts on the 3.
There's nothing like being ahead in the football game, no matter how many points it is, because now you can manage it in a different way, even though it's early in this game, and you make the other team come after you.
Is going to run this one out. Muscles through the defender. Tackles made. Tannehill's heading towards the huddle now, having connected on over 70% of his passes last week. They face 1st down. Moreno's lined up now as the running back behind the quarterback. And that gains a few. Now, here's a look at the Dolphins' offense. Last week, they never turned the football over once. And it'll be 2nd down and 6 after the running play on 1st down. Strong eye handoff here. Mack's going to make the tackle. And now here's the Raiders defense. Last week, this group came up with 3 forced turnovers. It's 3rd down coming up. Offense lines up here. Tannehill standing back in the shotgun, ready for the snap. Now they take the football onto the opponent's side of the field.
Let's look at the defense. Nobody hustles, nobody there to make the tackle.
The Dolphins have turned into the cardiac kids. They won a tight one last week, but they trail in this one with time remaining.
You've got to be cool under pressure, and I think this is a pressure situation. You got to make plays when it counts in situations just like this.
Split backfield here. Tannehill's going to take it from the gun. On the money.
When you talk about throwing the football into open space, that's almost always a good job of the quarterback throwing it in there.
Hart lines lined up in the slot. The Dolphins have it at the 39. They're going to get him here for a sack.
We got to give that defensive front a lot of credit, man. They are pushing, they're getting after it. They know it's probably going to be a pass on third down, and they get back to the quarterback and take him down.
The first quarter is behind us, and we'll step aside as you watch the NFL on EA Sports. Welcome back to the action. Today, it's been all about the defenses. Brandon Fields called on now to punt it. To the line. And the second quarter is underway with this snap. And at the 37, he'll be brought down. The Raiders lead here in the first half, but the run game has been stagnant. Jones-Drew struggled to find running lanes in this one.
I think you're right. I think they need to lean on this running game a little bit more. The offensive line has to block better. And sometimes you got to look at the running back and go, you got to break some tackles and make it happen.
Carr's going to take the snap from the shotgun. That catch gives them a first down.
When you play quarterback's a good thrower, really hard for a defensive back to stay with him.
First and 10. Screen finds his mark. And they advance the ball onto the other side of the field.
Nice play call that time by the offensive coordinator. A little screen pass to the halfback. He knew the defensive line was going to be charging hard. They were, and it picked up some nice yards.
First down at the 41. Greg Little with the grab. And the tackle is made at the 35-yard line.
Moving and get a first down.
On this passing down, the defense comes out in the nickel. The Raiders will take the snap from the 35. McFadden's taken down at the 26. This is turning into quite a drive, Phil.
Nice job.
Jones is in the slot. First and 10. Maurice Jones-Drew gets it here. Good piece of tackling.
Got to give a lot of credit to the defense. They were all over the run that time, and they only give up a short gain.
Jones-Drew's lined up in a single back formation. The Raiders will take the snap from the 25. And he's thrown to the ground.
Jim, you can't tell the difference between the quarterback and
third down after the sack. Nickel formation here for the defense. Carr's got it in the gun. The pass is incomplete. There was no one open.
Defensive coordinators love this situation.
Raiders are going to have to punt. The Raiders will cover this up as their defense comes out now. The offense pinned back in an awful position. Ryan Tannehill will be under center. First down and 10. To the ground. And they tackle him for a safety. The flag is out as the play continues.
Free kick out of bounds. Kicking team. Automatic first down.
The Raiders ready now to start their next series. Take it here from the 30. Jones-Drew lined up in the backfield. The Raiders will take the snap from the 30. Jones-Drew is tackled down.
What that run does, it just puts the offense in a good
Second down. An extra tight end on the field for this one. And off the mark on that short throw. Pick up the first here on third down after that incompletion. Offense lines up here. Jones has got it, and a first.
That's a nice job by the offense there. Get the first opportunity.
First down at the 46. Maurice Jones-Drew. That's a tackle right near the 48.
Nice job that time by the
Second down and 8. Scrambling now. The ball is jarred loose. And the defense has it.
Well, the one thing we know about the NFL, when you have the football in your hands, they are going to attack it. You got to know that as a ball carrier, protect it a lot better.
The defense comes out in the nickel. First down at the 46. Moreno's taking the handoff. Ends up picking up 3 yards.
I will say this for the offensive course, run game again, gets a couple yards, but not much.
It's an empty backfield for Tannehill this time. Second and 8. And he's forced to the ground. Tannehill's still down, so we'll take a quick break and be back in just a moment. Danielle Bellini is working to get us an update on that injury as soon as possible.
Yeah, it didn't look great. Not going to speculate on what the injury, but when you're watching it live, you go, oh my gosh, it makes you shudder just for a second. Let's hope it all works out.
Third and long. Looking across the middle, he has the grab. Now they take the football onto the opponent's side of the field.
Jim, when you get in these situations, there's not much you can do. Third and long, not easy to pick up first downs in these type of situations.
Now as their offense heads onto the field. Offense lines up here. The Raiders will take the snap from the 30. Greg Little with the grab. And that gains 1.
But he sticks it right on him for the completion.
Maurice Jones-Drew lined up in the backfield. The Raiders snap it at the 31. Looking to the right side and thrown. Incomplete. Halftime is coming up, but first we reach the 2-minute warning.
Coming up at halftime, please stay tuned for the Verizon Halftime Report, presented by EA Sports.
Now as we come back to the field, following the 2-minute warning, we've got a defense trying to hold strong and not allow this lead to balloon any further. Raiders snap it at the 31. Ball's picked off. In on the stop.
Good job that time by the defense. Not being fooled, being in position when you're in position.
First down at the 37. And he's intercepted. The tackle is made.
Nice job of the defense that time. In position, they read the quarterback's eyes, and it led to an interception.
Jones-Drew lined up in the backfield. The Raiders have it at the 24. Makes the reception. Jones-Drew's able to get the job done and picks up the first down. First down here after the completion. Loading up with extra defensive backs in the dime. Carr's back in shotgun formation. He's looking to the right and intercepted. Nice tackle.
That was an awesome job by the defense. They just reception.
Out of the gun. Has it right on the sideline, inbounds.
Anything you want on the offensive side, and you got that defense guessing.
The Dolphins from the 27. Out to the left. Complete to Wallace. Gains 17. The Dolphins are going to burn the first of their 3 timeouts right here. Offense getting set now following the timeout. First and goal. It's a touchdown.
Well, it's first and goal. I think a lot of defenses are thinking run here, and so the offense, they call a nice play, very deceptive. They throw the football, and they get the easy touchdown pass.
Driving extra point is good. The Dolphins defense certainly contributing to the cause here today. And that interception was good enough to lead the offense out for a short field and a score. James going to test the coverage this time. Able to move past the 20 and brought down at the 23. Now we'll start their drive at the 23. McFadden lines up in the backfield. Offense lines up here. First down at the 23. Incomplete. Nickel formation for the defense here. Carr standing back in the shotgun, ready for the snap. Fakes the throw, still has it. Thrown incomplete. Carr comes out in the pistol. Here's the handoff to Maurice Jones-Drew. And he's going to be tackled, and that's going to bring us to 4th down.
Personal foul. Face mask. Defense.
That's a face mask call, and of course from now on it's 15 yards no matter how you slice it. They don't even have to interpret it anymore. The severity of it, it's a big penalty.
Yeah, it is a big penalty. You know, one thing, you know why we see a lot of face mask penalties in the NFL now? It's because players tackle too high. Get your arms around the waist. Go down low to make those tackles, and you wouldn't get those face mask penalties.
Carr set, empty backfield. From the gun. Now on the move. And incomplete.
Really good job that time by the quarterback. Nice. Get out of the pocket. All over the receivers down the field. There was nowhere to throw it.
Maurice Jones-Drew lined up in the backfield. 3rd and short. Maurice Jones-Drew gets it here. And now they'll be on the other side of the 50 after this play. The Raiders are going to burn the first of their 3 timeouts right here. First down here after the run. Carr's going to take it from the gun. And now he'll take off. Intercepted. Has space on his way. The 30, the 20, the 10. Nobody was going to catch him there. Touchdown.
Well, the quarterback was under pressure. He could not see the defender. The defender in the right spot makes the catch and takes it back for a touchdown.
That's the end of the first half. And we'll be back in a moment with the first half analysis.
All right, welcome to the Verizon Halftime Report. I'm Larry Ridley. Let's take a look back now at the first half. The Raiders' secondary has held up to this point. The Dolphins have struggled to throw the football 2 straight weeks, so that's something they'll try to fix in the second half. So let's take a look at the highlights from the first half. We go now late in the first. Boss has got the catch here, and he'll be tackled at the 41-yard line. Offense out now following the INT. Here the throw is hurried and picked off. It's Grimes making the play to get his defense off the field. Offense out now following the interception. Completion is made across the middle of the field. And this play goes for a score. They would go ahead by 2. Late in the second, the pass ends up being picked off. Dolphins take it back all the way for the score. They would go ahead by 2. So that's it for us. We'll go back now to London for the start of the second half.
Sebastian Janikowski lining up for the kickoff. Miller's running this one out. And it's the same as a touchback as he's tackled right at the 20 for their next possession. Moreno lined up in the backfield. The third quarter begins with this play. Gets about 9 on the play. Moreno's going to secure the handoff. And tackle down at the 49-yard line.
The field room, what a good job by them. Excellent planning and awesome execution.
First down at the 49. And he's taken down.
Well, that was an aggressive play by the defense. That's risk-reward. The reward, of course, is sacking the quarterback like they did. Well, the risk is if you don't get there, you could give up a big play.
Moreno's lined up directly behind the quarterback here. Brought down at the 44.
This is a tough situation for the offense. 3rd and long coming up. But it's a good situation also. You're leading the football game. So there's no reason to take a chance and turn this football over.
The Dolphins have it at the 44. Set up screen. Throws out the arm. That'll put them in what we call plus territory.
Well, the way the rules are in the NFL now, you can't hit the receivers, you can't hit the quarterback. And if you give the quarterback this kind of time, he is always going to find an open receiver.
On this passing down, the defense comes out in the nickel. That last running play was good for only a yard, so it's 2nd down and 9. Running formation here. Offense in the full house set. Moreno's handed the football. Brought down at the 38. that run. It's still 3rd and 9 to go. Nickel formation here for the defense. The defense gets a sack.
Well, the defense has got to be excited. Anytime on 3rd down they make a play, they get pretty fired up. But when you sack a quarterback on 3rd down, that is one happy and emotional defense right now.
The Raiders now will start this drive at the 27. Offense lines up here. 1st down at the 27. Gets the handle here. Jones-Drew is tackled down. And it's now 2nd down and 5 after running it on 1st down. Will go ground. Tackle's made, and that'll move the chains. New set of downs now after picking up the 1st on the ground. The defense comes out in the nickel. Maurice Jones-Drew. He's going to be tackled right around the 46-yard line.
Power running. A lot of teams in this league don't even do it anymore. This team, they can power it up in there and pick up those tough yards.
Offense lines up here. 2nd down, 3 to go. Here's the handoff to Darren McFadden. Now they take the football onto the opponent's side of the field.
Well, when your team is behind, what do? Just come out there and get a 1st down. That's a nice job by the offense.
They're able to move the chains after that last run. The Dolphins defense now is going to go nickel. They'll go ground. Dan picks up about 3. The Raiders have not been able to get the running game going these past 2 games, Phil. Jones-Drew's having another tough outing, and it's something that's certainly affecting the entire offense.
Oh, well, sure it's affecting the offense when you're getting overpowered. Listen, this offense likes to run the football. They need to adjust. They got to find a different way to get it done.
The defense gets the sack.
Really good job by the defensive coordinator. Good time to call that blitz. Catches the offense by surprise, and they just outnumber them, and they get to the quarterback, and they take him down.
Jones-Drew on the screen. Good work by the defense. This will be a loss of 3.
Defensive coordinators love this situation, don't they? 3rd and long, they can do just about anything, and it's going to work, and they stop the offense that time.
Fair catch signal made. They come to the line of scrimmage. 1st down. Coming to the line, hoping to avoid being sacked for a 3rd time. Eyeing that left side. Leaches tackled, but earns a new set of downs. Defense has ruled today's game, Phil.
Yeah, the defense is dominating, and I'm going to be honest, it's fun to watch. Every once in a while, I like to see the offense take a beating. The NFL, it's all about the offense. It's nice to see the defense dominate.
Now 1st and 10. Hartline's got it. 1st down. Huge yardage picked up, and finally tackled at the end.
That's a really good throw and catch, and they get the 1st down. Jim, that's what you want to do. Pick up that 1st down. Now you give your offense 3 more opportunities.
After the long gain, let's see what they do here. Moreno has it out of the eye. 2nd down here after that run play. Coming to the line, hoping to avoid being sacked for a 3rd time. And there's Clay. There's a flag right there, brought down at the 32.
Personal foul. Face mask. Defense.
Grabbing the face mask. We see it almost once a week, and here it happens again.
Well, a lot of times these defenders, I'll give them a little slack because they're running so fast. They're trying to tackle some tremendous athletes in open space, and sometimes accidentally you're going to grab the face mask.
That's a gain of 10.
Always a good job to pick up some yards when you're in the red zone. Nice throw by the quarterback, and he gets a completion.
Thought I saw a little flinch right there, and it's going to push the offense back 5 yards.
False start, offense.
This will be second down. This should be the last play of the quarter. And Branch is in on the tackle. The third quarter comes to a close, and you're watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Dolphins are still in possession as we get this final quarter underway. Third down now. Offense lines up here. The final quarter underway now with this snap. In his hands, complete, touchdown.
Tight ends are so valuable down on the goal line. They're able to maneuver inside. Easy to get defenders to run into each other. To get open to score.
He'll throw it over the middle. Put an additional 2 points on the board as they convert. The Raiders ready to return the kickoff. Able to move past the 20 and brought down at the 23. First down here. Coming to the line, hoping to avoid being sacked for a third time. Carr's going to take the snap from the shotgun. Throws the pass. Pass hits the ground and goes incomplete on the short throw. The Dolphins lead right now, but of course a big reason why is that defense has shown up to play.
Jim, to win in the NFL, you have to do all three phases of the game the right way. Offense, special teams, and that defense must show up every single week. Good job so far here today.
The matchup at quarterback hasn't been pretty at times, Phil. They're both dealing with similar struggles in a close game, so it might come down to which one can figure it out first.
Yeah, Jim, I wouldn't be surprised by that. The offensive line protection has not been good today, and what happens, you just got to get used to people being all around your feet and still making those plays as a quarterback.
Running away from the pressure and sailing out of bounds. Let's go now to Danielle Bellini, who has an injury update.
Guys, I just spoke with a Raiders official. The team is officially ruling him out for today's game with an upper body injury. Back to you.
And Wallace got it at the 21. That'll stop the play right there. And Wallace is the one who is down, and will step aside for just a moment. Moreno lined up in the backfield. The Dolphins have it at the 34. Max there to make the tackle.
When you're an offensive lineman and you can line up and just run the football straight ahead and pick up those kind of yards, you are going to get into the head of the defense. You're basically saying, we're tougher than you are, and we're just going to come right at you.
Second down and 6. And the give now to Daniel Thomas.
Thomas is trying to be patient, but there is nowhere to run that time, and he only gets a short gain.
That last play was a run. Third down coming up. Moreno's lined up behind his quarterback as the single back. This offense can't be stopped on third down no matter the distance. First down here after the run. Offense lining up here after picking up more than 30 on the previous play.
That's an awesome job by the offense picking up this first down here in the second half. They've got a big lead. It's not about scoring anymore. It's just about milking that clock, and that is an art, and this team is good at it.
Wide receivers are bunched up. 1st and 10. Looking across the middle. Picks up 8 here.
The Dolphins offensive coordinator does a good job that time calling the pass. Down here in the red zone, caught the defense off guard. They got the completion for a good game.
Moore's got it in the gun. It's Clay. Touchdown, Miami.
Well, the NFL, no lead is ever safe. So when you got the lead, you push it on in there, score another touchdown, and keep putting the pressure on your opponent.
Extra point was good. Ready to swing his leg as aggressively as possible and send the football down to the end zone. And they stop him from running it out to the 20. Mark him down at the 19. They come to the line, and it's 1st down. They come out in the dime package. Here's the handoff to Maurice Jones-Drew. Jones-Drew is tackled down. The Dolphins lead, and you look at their rushing numbers, and that's a big reason why. It's a huge step up from what they've been doing the rest of the year.
Yeah, listen, it's hard to run the football consistently in the NFL. You have to have an aggressive, tough offensive line. As I always say, sooner or later, you got to man up and punch the other team in the nose, and they are doing that here today.
3rd down on the way. Carr's back in shotgun formation. Greg Little with the grab. That's a gain of 8. Both secondaries have really stepped up today, Phil.
Yeah, they have. It's so hard to be a defensive back in the NFL to cover some of the fastest runners in the world to do that. And also we know they can't touch them either, so they're having an outstanding day.
1st and 10. Complete. Just couldn't hold on to it after the hit.
This man was put on this defense for this reason alone. Make the big hits. Give your team some momentum, and also put a little fear in the offensive players when they get the football.
Carr standing back in the shotgun, ready for the snap. And looking underneath, this will go incomplete.
That incompletion by the quarterback, hey, I give the quarterback no fault. That was just tremendous coverage by the secondary player. He's in position and able to make the football be incomplete.
Out of the shotgun formation. And Holmes has got it on a pass that had some heat. They're back at the line after that catch for a 1st down. Getting set as fast as they can. Carr's going to take it from the gun. Reaches out and snatches it. And that's a gain of 9.
When you can't hit the quarterback or put pressure on him, there's not much you're going to get done then. That time, the quarterback had time and throws it down the field for another completion.
Coming to the line, hoping to avoid being sacked for a 3rd time. And he's tackled down after picking up the 1st. You talk about controlling the flow of the game. Another 1st down, and the drive keeps on going.
Yeah, why not? The defense, they're just sitting over there. They're taking the hits and not even fighting back. This is a terrible job by the defense.
Scrambling out of the pocket. Carr's pass will go for an incompletion.
Carr's athletic enough to get out of the pocket. That's a really good job by him. But you have to give the defense a lot of credit. They shut down all the receivers.
After the incomplete pass, it brings up 2nd down. Nickel formation for the defense here. Carr's going to take the snap from the shotgun. Greg Little with the grab. This run goes nowhere. Stuffed for a loss of 4.
Well, we see it more and more. Football's thrown behind the line of scrimmage. They do it that time. Nice catch, but a loss of yards on the play.
What a drive this has been.
All right, here we go. Red 18. Zebra. 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 Zebra.
Trying to beat the play clock. Carr's got it in the gun. He's scrambling now. Complete for the first.
Carr just able to take advantage of the defense this time. They lose their assignments. They force him out of the pocket, and he's on the run. Nice job of finding the guy down the field and making the throw.
Zebra. Zebra. Zebra.
The Raiders will take the snap from the 35. They're going to get him here for a sack.
There's nothing worse to a quarterback than having offensive lineman getting driven back in his way. That time the right side of the line collapses, and it leads to a sack of the QB.
The long drive continues. Setting up screen. Jumps up and hauls it in. Going to be a tackle for a loss.
Quarterback should have never thrown it that time. Even though he completes the pass, he should have seen the defense was right there. A loss of a couple yards.
This has been a long drive so far. Interception. Breaks free, has some space to work with. We've hit the 2-minute warning in the second half. First down coming up. Coming to the line, hoping to avoid being sacked for a 3rd time. Smith there to take him down.
That was a power running play that time by the offense. It picked up some good yards. Nothing like it. Show the defense you're willing to get in there and slug it out and get some tough running yards.
The Dolphins will take the snap from the 30. Handoff made. Able to take the football out to the 28-yard line. Now 3rd and 4 following the run. Sims is usually a tight end, but he's in the backfield this time. He's tackled beyond the markers. It's a first down.
Thomas is a very smart runner. He knows situations in the game. He saw the first down yard markers, and what does he do? He gets past them and picks up the first down.
First down and 10. They'll run it. Here's the handoff. He's going to be tackled right around the 21-yard line. Second down here. Before we go, to take a beating like this, how do you come back from it?
Well, you just forget it. Athletes are resilient. That's why you're at this level. You just let it go by the wayside. Don't think about it and just get ready for next week.
Memorable game this truly was. For Phil Simms, Danielle Bellini, and Larry Ridley, Jim Nance saying so long for now, and we leave you with the GMC Never Say Never moment of the game.